Hi, it's Doug here. Today we're at Bundoora Park in Melbourne to play the Melbourne Celebrates 2024 layout. The tournament director Jeff had asked me to come up and film it, so I'm here with Janet and Harrison and we're going to basically play this blind. It's July 2024. We're trying to race the weather here. It was very windy. We could see rain coming and it was going to be wet all week. So we just raced up to Bundoora Park to play the layout. We took our own basket up and just basically deployed it on every hole, then walked back and played the hole. So anyway, we are going to try this layout totally blind and we will see how we go. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the 2024 Melbourne Celebrates layout at Bundoora Park. So hole one's a 70 metre par 3. It feels like it's longer than that, so you need a turnover shot basically just to get into a guarded green. There's plenty of space around the green, so it's a very realistic birdie opportunity. Hole 2, slightly longer, feels like around 100 metres, so again you want to throw something fairly flat and straight to get under a canopy of trees into a guarded green. This shot was too far left, so yeah, you want something to basically turn into this basket. So it's a very gettable hole, but there is some length here.
Yep. Alright.
Hole 3 feels like the shortest hole on the course. Basically, you're throwing over these spoil heaps. Must be some excavation going on here. The basket is a little left of where I threw it. It kind of stalled in and I ended up a little bit short. But yeah, it feels like a very birdieable hole. Bit lucky there. So hole 4, you want to throw slightly uphill through this tunnel to get to basically a dogleg where the hole is going to dogleg left down a hill. So you're throwing slightly uphill through a gap, and then you want to throw downhill to a green. I didn't quite make the dogleg, and so I'm basically in scramble mode here. I was throwing a pawaka waka trying to get it to flip, but it just hides it down the hill. So yeah, I'm very much trying to save the par here. But this is not how you would want to play the hole. You want to be basically out in the open and throwing straight downhill. So hole 5, this is a long hole, straight uphill, fairly straight hole. The basket is right up the top of the hill there. You can just see it. So yeah, it's basically 3 pumps for me. So I'm just trying my new uphill strategy, throwing sidearms. Got that a little right, so basically I'm just trying to throw an understable disc up the middle. Got that too low. So yeah, I feel like I'm still about 90 out uphill, so I'm just basically just trying to pump a shrike up the hill. You can see the basket there. It feels like it should be a birdieable hole. Certainly for the longer throwers, they could probably eagle it. But yeah, I'm just happy to take a par here. So hole 6, we've got an island hole here. The wind was starting to get up, so we're throwing basically a 70 metre downhill shot. Fairly guarded island. Felt very hard to actually get to it, and if you did get to it, it felt very difficult to actually stop on the island because it's basically pretty dry and downhill. So yeah, I missed the island and took a bogey, but quite okay with that. I think that was quite a tricky hole. Hole 7, 110 metre downhill. You kind of want a flex shot here, so I think I threw my Underworld and just hit it perfectly, really. It was a thing of beauty. I'll watch this forever. So yeah, got within bullseye and got a nice birdie. Hole 8, fairly tricky shot. It's slightly downhill, I think, and yeah, there's a left gap or a right gap. The right gap felt bigger, so I went for that and got it just slightly skinny, but I feel like this is a green you can access. Slightly shanky upshot. Player B, always better. Yeah, you can hear the wind in the microphone now starting to get up. So hole 9, this is like it feels like 2 or 3 metres uphill. The wind is pretty much ripping from left to right across here, and yeah, feels like a pump. So I'm just playing for par here. Not really sure what the wind's going to do to this disc, and yeah, I'm not displeased with that at all. So yeah, we've got a slightly slippery green here. little bit slopey, so you just want to be a little bit careful about stopping your disc. And yeah, now this hole was pretty tricky. This is a dogleg left hole, par 4, with an OB road on the left. So you just want to watch those bollards. So I'm just trying to get down to the corner. So you're throwing downhill off the tee, but then you're throwing uphill for the second shot. And yeah, I just had a shonky stance there and didn't throw it well. So I threw it straight OB, so we're throwing 3, I think. And I shanked that, so I'm thinking it's probably 6. But no, we get it in for a 5. A bit lucky. So back into the headwind here. I'm trying to turn a vault over, thinking it might be fairly straight, but no, the wind just lifts it and we stall out. So yeah, this is a pretty tricky hole. So we're in recovery mode, just trying to get a harp low up to the basket. The grass is pretty grabby on this course, so you can attack pins here, and you shouldn't get too many skips if you can see grass around the basket.
Score.
So yeah, we're up near the water tower here, throwing back down the hill. I'm just trying to nurse a waka waka downwind. This basket will be on a log, I believe. I just set it up in front of the log, or the tree stump there. So yeah, just imagine this will be an elevated basket on the day.
Yeah.
So we have a 75 metre, slightly uphill shot. It sort of screamed forehand to me, so I'm just trying to get a G-Star destroyer up here, having a good long think, aiming at that squat tree, and I'm pretty happy with this tee shot. I think this would be pretty good, but I think I hit an iron twig, and it just basically killed anything, but I think that would have skipped around to the basket nicely. So I think this is one of your more gettable birdies on the day.
Yep.
So yeah, another longish hole. It looks like there's a left gap and a right gap. The left gap looked like a bit of a sucker gap to me, so I just went right because I figured if I hit that tree right in centre there, I'd be at least have an upshot. But I managed to punch through, and I have a longish look for birdie, but yeah. Just playing the wind here and just trying to collect pars.
What?
That was my Joe Biden moment, staring at the camera.
Yes.
So yeah, longest hole on the course, I believe. And we're pretty much throwing pure downwind, but it's just air bounce city here. So you're going to get 3 pretty identical shots here, where I'm just probably throwing at about 85 metres each. It's 3 pumps for me.
Okay.
So yeah, third shot, I still feel like I'm about 95 metres out. And I don't get this right from memory, I just throw it straight up in the air. So I think I can get to this green in 3 strokes, but yeah, I'd like to play it on a calm day. So we just hyzer over the bush, and we'll just take our par, which is pretty good in the wind. I'll take it any day. Right, hole 16, tunnel shot. Nice hole, but there's trouble on the left. I'm trying to hyzer flip my Underworld, and the wind just says, howdy. And yeah, strong right to left wind. Blew it straight out over the fence into a pond. I never found that disc, but Glenn found it about 4 days later, and yeah, much obliged to Glenn for finding that disc. I spent an hour looking for it. So yeah, I think I'm throwing 5 here, and yeah, triple bogey, out of bounds, lost disc. We'll move along, and you can see the wind. Hole 17, double mando through this gap. I just kind of hyzer flipped up a sidearm shrike, and I think that was pretty close.
Well, I got a photo.
So bounce back birdie. Last hole, another lot of 100-metre holes on this course, and yeah, so I just threw my shrike out to the right, let the wind bring it in, and yeah, very pleased with that. So that was a very quick 18 holes at Bundoora on the Melbourne Celebrates 2024 layout. I hope anybody playing the Melbourne Celebrates tournament has a great time and finds this useful. You can check out my alternate feed with a music track, or you can enjoy this commentary feed. Hope you found it useful. See you next time.